Hello friends, today we are going to learn about basics of bending stress equation, in which first of all we have to know about the pure bending theory. So first of all, pure bending is defined as the section of a beam which is loaded and that section having the shear force as a zero value, but the bending moment is constant throughout that section, then it is known as the pure bending state. So let us take one example to understand the pure bending. Assuming that the simply supported beam as shown in the figure, which is loaded as 2 points load at equidistance from both the support as a W kilonewton, and the distance is L by 3 from each and every point as a equidistance point, then the first we have to consider the support reaction. And if we draw the shear force diagram, then using the concept of shear force diagram for point load, it is as shown in the figure, where the positive value is W as well as the negative diagram value is also W. And if you observing the shear force diagram, then at the middle portion of L by 3 part, our value for shear force is 0 throughout middle L by 3 part of given beam. Let us assume as a C and D point, then at C to D point the value for shear force is 0. Now let us go for the bending moment diagram for given beam. It is as shown in the figure by rule, and the value for C point as WL by 3 as well as D point is WL by 3. Now observing the figure, we have the shear force is 0 at C to D, but bending moment is constant at a value WL by 3 throughout that span. Hence the part CD, due to the constant moment, the part is known as in the pure bending state. So this is the pure bending concept. Let us take one another example with simply supported beam which is loaded at anti-clockwise and clockwise moment as a M, and if we draw a shear force diagram, then it is 0 throughout portion A to B. It means it is 0 throughout the span. But if we assume the point as P and Q, and if we draw the bending moment diagram for the given loaded beam, and it is drawn as 0 up to point P, then due to the clockwise moment it is upward in the direction as a M, and from P to Q it is straight line at point Q. Due to anti-clockwise moment it is 0, and from Q to the support the value for bending moment is 0. So this part as a P to Q is in pure bending state. Now let us go for the assumptions made for pure bending theory or bending stress equation. Our first assumption is the given section must be a homogeneous. It means that the given beam having the material with same kind of properties throughout its length. It means that the material of the beam must be a constant throughout its length. Now second assumption is the given section must be isotropic. It means that the beam having same elastic properties throughout its cross section in all the direction of the beam. So material must be homogeneous as well as the isotropic. Now let us go for the next assumption, as the given section must obey Hooke's law, which states that within the elastic limit, our stress generated in the beam must be directly proportional to the strain of the given section. So the material must obey the Hooke's law as a third assumption, and the next assumption is transverse section, or we can say that the cross section of the given beam must remain plane, or we can say that the straight before and after loading on the beam. Next assumption for bending stress is each layer of the beam is independent, or we can say that must be free to expand as well as the contract with respect to its adjacent layer. Now, next assumption for bending stress is the modulus of elasticity of the given section, or Young's modulus, is constant even in tension or compression before and after the loading case. So these 6 points are the assumption which is used for the derivation of bending stress or pure bending theory. Now let us take one another part which is important for the bending stress derivation as a neutral axis or neutral layer, which is for the understanding of neutral axis. Let us take one rectangular section as shown in the figure, having the overall depth as a small d and width of the section as a small b. Now, after the application of load on the cross section of the beam, the bending curve of this given cross section of the beam is as shown in the figure as a curve part at which the top portion of the beam is in compression, which is indicated as small c, and bottom part of the beam as a in tension, which is indicated as small t. And according to the assumption, if we assume the independent layer as shown in the figure, then the part having the zero compression or zero tension, which is indicated as a dotted line, is known as the neutral axis, where the compression value or tension value is 0 and axis passing through that layer is known as the neutral axis, or we can say that the neutral axis is defined as the axis passing through zero compression and zero tension line of a sectional bending part of the given beam after the loading as shown in the figure, where top value is in compression while the bottom value is in the tension, and the neutral axis which is passes through the CG of the axis in most of the case at distance d by 2 for the rectangular part is as shown in the figure. So these are the basic theories which is used for the derivation of bending stress or pure bending equation. Thank you.